Hello my friends and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated community Minecraft server. I'm down here in the bee farm, it's both a bee farm and a honeycomb farm and a honey farm. It does all three of those things, so that's why I've got my beehive outfit on here while I'm walking around checking it out. Last time we had worked on the dry dock for the gate of the dry dock, actually. We spent the better part of the episode, this was my AFK location, the better part of the episode trying to figure out how we were going to get it to work, and we finally figured out on something, and then I had to come get some slime blocks and honey blocks, and this is where we are now. This is how many, oh, I thought I had more honey blocks in that. Where did I store all of the honey blocks? Where would I have stored them? Would I have put them in here? I think I did. And while I'm thinking about it, no, I can't get dressed yet. I gotta, just the bees might sting me, so I can't just do that yet. Oh, hey, oh, there's all the bees. When they all come out at the same time. It is so cool. And these little dudes are coming out and getting their job done. These dudes are over here. I believe they're all dudes. I believe the only female in the bee colony is, in fact, the queen. It's been a long time since my entomology has been tested on hymenopterids. I sensed the presence of an enderman. All right, let's deal with this dude real fast. We actually gotta boop, 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 boop. And if we do this, hello, and then this, hi, big fella. Oh, he can't pathfind over here? There we go. There we go. A little bit closer now. A little bit closer now. Oh, shoot. I almost took one too many. Why can't I eat? Nom, 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 nom. All right. Okay. So what was I dealing with? This guy right here. Shulker box. Come on. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how much honey we've gotten so far. That's not going to be enough. So we're going to need to get a lot more than that. So I'm going to be here doing AFK, but I also need to get slime blocks. But I don't know how effective the slime block rate is going to be. And I wonder if I could put a full honeycomb, a full beehive, to work in the spawn chunk to see if that could work. So I'm going to build another one of these beehives, specifically in the spawn chunk real fast. And let's see, redstone's there. I'll take that box. And yeah, let me go do that real fast. It's a real quick thing, so I'm just going to do it off camera. But, you know, I got to fly over there and all that other stuff. And then we'll come back and get that thing running. And then we'll go over to the slime farm and run that for about an hour. And then come back and see if the one that's in the spawn chunk is working. All right, be right back. All right, gang, well, I'm going to pick things up here, and if this is a weird transition, that's because some of my footage may have been corrupted. I'm going to try to keep some of it together, but if I can get some of it out of there or omit it entirely, that's where we are now. Long story short, I was able to get honey blocks to be generated, or rather, honey to be generated in the spawn chunk by that bee contraption I put together. So I was able to get both slime blocks and honey blocks, but the slime blocks came in great abundance. So I went over to the honey farm for a little while, and now we're over here at Ashland Shipyard, and we're checking out what it looked like before when we first got here, and there was a little bit of construction done first. I'm going to try to make a big emphasis on when we do the 1.16 update to the Nether update, I will attempt to make maps of, for example, the spawn chunk before we actually do anything to it, you know, and lock those up. So we'll have a, like, pristine, this is what it looked like before. You know, I kind of like that step, too, so we'll try to get that in here. This step to this step was a big chunk, and now this step to what's going to be next is going to be an even bigger chunk. Oh, boy, because we've dried out the dock. We've dug back quite a bit more inside, and now I'm about to go put down what we will henceforth refer to as, quote-unquote, the gate. Yes, that's right, ladies. I got my beekeeper's outfit on still. Hold on just a second here. Yep. Okay, there we go. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes, the dock. Things are about to get crazy here. Let me show you what I got in my inventory here. Whoop. First things first. Let's get these guys down. I'm going to need both of them, but I'm not sure. I think I'll build on this side because if I can control the cables through this run here, it'll be a little bit easier. So I'm going to put that down and that down. And this is how many honey block I got. And this is how many slime block? How many slime block I got. Sticky pistons and observers, that's not going to be enough. And I also want to get a whole bunch of furnace. So let me get some more things put together here. And those things are going to be... Do I have a sign anywhere? So I definitely need more sticky pistons, more observer blocks, and furnaces, immovable blocks in that fashion. And I'm also going to be using obsidian, I guess, up here near the top. Put that down there for a second. But where, right? So if this ends up being, well, this would have to be the very top of the gate, right? So give me this honey block, and we'll say that here will be the piece of concrete or whatever I happen to have adhered to it. That'll go there. And then this will actually be the slime block machine. Slime block / honey block, right? So let me get rid of this real fast. Boop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10 for the pushing. Ooh, I needed one more off to the side. And then over here would be the block that's going to prevent the machine from flying ever forward, or upward, I should say. Okay. Whew. All right. I know, there's a lot to do, and you're like, all you did was put down some blocks and showed us how much that you got from before. I know. And that's because of that band transition, and I'm sorry. But here are the initial blocks of the gate. And once the... Okay, once the gate is ready, man, it's going to be amazing. To run wire, I'm going to need to run wire, because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put dispensers in here, back set in a little bit, that'll cause water to flow out. And I might change... I'm going to put some lighting in so that it flashes, like a rotational flash, or maybe a beacon light, a warning light, that it's about to do its thing, and maybe some note blocks, right? So there's going to be some redstone wiring, too. Oh my gosh, there's still so much to do, but theoretically, it's done. Now I just need to, in practice, do it. All right, let's do it! My friends, I'm down here digging out the trench of where the gate mechanism will retract down into, and as I'm doing this, I'm both blessed and cursed with the following problem. I knew this was in here, that there was this giant cavern down here, right? And that this would make things easy for me to dig up. But what I didn't know, especially over here on this side, but what I didn't know was over here, this watery chasm opens up into an actual chasm. So there's like mobs that are going to be spawning there and some other interesting things, you know. So what? Oh, he's got a trident. No, does he? No. Oh, it's that dude. Shoot. There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to let these guys do their thing. I just wanted to give you this quick behind the scenes of some of the things I'm kind of dealing with here. Plus, I'm out of range of my beacon. Not my beacon. What's the word I'm looking for? Why can't I go up? All right. Oh, I'm not in water anymore. Oh, boy. Professional here, ladies and gentlemen. Do not try at home. Over to this one. Okay. Up, up, up we go. And up. There we go. We're going to take this all the way up. All right. Jeez. So there's the problems of that. But here's the blessing. I don't have to dig out a lot of it. So I'm going to keep working on it. This is as deep as the thing's going to go. Here I'm going to put a observer block facing up and a sticky piston facing up. But I wanted to dig everything out and make sure I had this space before I actually started building the rest of the machine, so I could actually test it back and forth, which I'll show you next. All right, I do believe I have a working model in place. I'm going to have to dig out a little more space back here. Just a little, not too much. And maybe not any over here. Hold on. Yeah, just a little over here also. Also, oh my goodness, when I got down to this part, there's a place where I needed to dig out some sand. I tried putting that block in place so many times and it just wasn't happening until it finally did. So I'm going to have to do something with this sand. Maybe I'll put sand on the inside of the wall over here, and then that'll be the new sand barrier, right? Oh, it's dark out. Down here, these are ferni that are going to be the immovable block, which prevents the flying machine from going up any further. We'll get some concrete blocks in place of it. And then down here is the launching mechanism to get it to go up. The launching mechanism to get it go down would require, what, that this one fire off first? Okay, so this, I'm going to feed this line. It's going to pick up some redstone, send some signal into here, which will make this power. It'll fire this down, pulling this down with this. When this pulls down and gets a block update, it'll fire that piston, which will reach up and grab this sticky block, which will pull down everything, boop, 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 including this. and this down. And when this gets pulled down, it'll give a block update to that, which will go grab this, which will pull all this down. When this gets pulled down, block update, etc., etc. So that's how it comes down. Let's watch it come down. Hold on. Yeah, boop. Go get. Boop. Yes. Yes, it's working. No pro. Get out of there, squid. You don't want to get smished. All right, so that's how it comes down. Let me get this out of the way whilst I can. How does it go up, you ask? Well, we need to send a pulse down in a ladder form. This will take advantage of the fact that it actually takes some time to get down there. Get out of the way, squid. This first pulse will get picked up. It'll fire this piston forward, so it'll push all of that block up one. You know, it's just a quick pulse, so it'll eject it. And then the next one will come along, and it'll push this whole subset up. And just like before, when this goes up, you guessed it. Wait a minute. Hold on. Watch. There. It pushes that, etc., etc. So that pulse pushes, etc., etc., all the way down to the bottom where this pulse went into that, and it started pushing it. So now it's all the way back up to its regular position. And if I do this here, nothing will happen right now. But I will need to put in a mechanism to prevent a lot. Also, I need to make a little dry room here. How do I make a dry room here? A whole bunch of immovable blocks here. Up. Up, 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 up. So it's like a wall. And then I make a little... Well, I don't need to go up that far. I only need to go this far. Right? Because I only need... Yeah, I only need a little service room. Right? So... Yeah. That's all the space I would need. Maybe a little more, just to have... No, that's all the space I would need. So maybe I make a service tunnel like this all the way through, dry this out, and then we'll go from there. All right, more building to do, and then I'll be back and show you what we've gone through. Well, my friends, I plowed ahead quite a bit on this one. I took all of the furnaces, the immovable blocks that are going to be where they're going to be, and brought them through the dimension you see before you. We'll duplicate the actual flying machine later. I'm getting all of the other bits in place now. And speaking of other bits, I'm kind of forming up a breathable space here, which will house the redstone. These are firing pins. They will be. If action goes through those, it'll send a device up. Right now, it's in the up position. Oh, excuse me. It'll send a device down. Right now, it's in the down position. No, it'll send a device up right now. Okay, I was right the first time, so I gotta be super careful. It's all good if I don't do everything super careful, because I can solve that problem. I've got a little bit of a tunnel here that I'm starting to dry out here. I'll dry all this stuff out and get the redstone in place when I need to do that. I think what I'm going to do is bring a pulse, or 2 pulses, up through the middle here and split it. Send one that way 14 and one that way 14 blocks, and that way all of this flying machine business here needs to be happening pretty darn simultaneously. So I'd rather have, you know, 2 opportunities of 14 to fail than 1 opportunity of 28, especially since redstone doesn't run 28. I would need to extend it, and that would probably, or I would probably screw that up. So let's go into this little breathable space for now. I've changed some blocks. All right, so I've put, this block is going to be the firing block now for what will be an observer block on just on the other side of it. It's essentially the red block right now, the red wool block, but you know, I'll probably put a redstone line across it. And these blocks here are just to kind of help create the enclosed space. So you can kind of see the device from here while it's going up. Those, wait, why do those have to be there, but the others don't? Those can't be there. They are placeholders, right? Wait, I'm going to have to get rid of all this glass. All that glass is going to go. All of these are going to go because this will actually be the device, right, that's going up and down. So these blocks, hold on, this block right here, this block right here, those blocks will be concrete. Well, back on this line. Those will be the colored concrete. This layer will be the glass that you'll be able to see out onto. This will also be glass. I should have filled them both in simultaneously. I can go back and do that still. It'll be easier to dig it out and fill them in. And then back here, this will then have to be the thing that powers this line somehow. So observer blocks into that would give that a pulse, which would give the appropriate pulse, I think, over here. We'll see. But at least now I can dry this out. And, oh, also, this is here because this floor level is going to be perfect for kind of getting down here and laying down some redstone and getting these lights to flash, along with the light I intend to have a redstone pillar going up for. And I'm going to have redstone down here that controls some side flushing on the side of the thing. So there's a lot of redstone that needs to be done. A lot of this needs to get dug out. And a lot of this needs to be... well, this needs to be replaced, doesn't it? Bummer. All right, my friends. We are progressing right along. We have now completed the breathable chamber that will house the redstone that'll make this thing fire off. I am going to be replacing the red wool carpet with redstone lamps so that I can pass a update through them to the observer blocks and make things all work the way they need to. This needs to all remain open as it is, and that'll be for the flying machine as it comes in and out. I'm pretty sure I still need to, yeah, for sure. I still need to run all of the observers down to the very bottom and into these. So we got that to do. I need to replace these, like I said, with redstone lamps. And I started clearing out some of the space underneath the dry dock itself so that I can begin installing the redstone for here. So what I'm going to end up doing is... because of the way I need to power all of these kind of simultaneously, I really don't like doing this. Could I run a block? Let's find out real fast. Could I run a block? And if that block received power, would that work? All right, let's just see. If that gets power, that'll power that, I think, and then that'll work. I think it'll work. Yeah, so maybe I could run... maybe I could run blocks all along across here and then have this do this. And then I'll have a repeater come out of this and extend around the corner. Alright, so that's working pretty good. This will work in the opposite direction like this. There you go. So we've got the redstone kind of in place. What's going to happen is it'll fire both of them. You know, there's no reason not to. I'll just have it come out and extend around the corner. Or whatever I'm going to do. And then back here, I need to start working on... well, I might talk to Zyphus about remodeling these. Because it's a 2-wide environment, I might make a 2x2 bunch of redstone lamps. And I'm going to need to climb up the side here and put in some type of redstone ladder that'll get up there and have more dispensers dispensing water. But we got more of this to do. So let me go ahead and go get the materials to make some redstone lamps, get all the redstone in place, and start clearing out some of this dirt. And we'll see, or actually finish out building the actual flying machine. Stuff to do. Welcome back, my friends, and as you can see, I have put all of the observer blocks in place. Ooh-wee! So that is a lot of redstone that I've gone through. The cobble, I don't mind so much, but the redstone and the nether quartz, that's kind of rough. That was a lot of material to use. So much materials, in fact, that I've only got 12 observers left. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could make 2 more of these bad boys right here. But then I'd still need to go out and get some more observer blocks. So maybe I'll put a pin in that for now. Let me show you the rest of this. This is all completed now. There's been dolphins around here. I'm kind of surprised I'm not getting the super speed buff. Come inside here. Let me turn the UI off again because it does brighten up the screen for some reason. Alright, so I've cleared out all of this space and I've set up all the redstone. And before I go down there and actually showcase it, let me come around here and show you what will happen. They'll flip a switch. It'll power all of these in the back. And then this will get extended over here. This will push this forward. And that will power all of these along here. If you can see the redstone dust on top of those lanterns, redstone lamps. Right, so all of that's like that. And it does the same thing on the other side because timing is going to be critical. All of these have to fire off pretty close to simultaneously, lest the bits get stuck to each other side by side. You know, not that the honey blocks and the slimestone blocks are going to get stuck together, but the other blocks. Do I have a lever in here? I do have a lever in here. And this should power this block. Get those, get all of these. What position are we in? It doesn't matter, because it's going to carry around and bring it down. Boop. Down it goes. I'll turn it off for now. Yep. So this is pretty cool. We're getting there. This thing is getting there. Let me make it go up. Now it's going up again. So now what I really need to do is make this a button, I think. And what I really need to do is do some redstone control so that it doesn't inadvertently get fired in a weird way, like when it's not completely up or not completely down. In that half moment where something might go terribly wrong. Also, we need to dig out through here and set up the redstone for these lamps so that they... And I might talk to Xiphus about rearranging that. And then we also have to still put in side chutes that will have dispensers that shoot water in them. So a lot to do, and not to mention the concrete I gotta go fetch. Oh my gosh, still a lot to do. We have done a lot, and if you'd like to see how much we've done so far, then by all means check out the build log in the bottom left, because that's all the time I have for today, because frankly I gotta go get a bunch of materials. Stay away from me, Drown. I gotta get a bunch of materials, and you know, I gotta get away from me, Drown, and you don't want to see that. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe for more coming real soon. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Where's he going?